Everybody, it's Starless Shay with Girl Star Over. So guys, we're here with another notebook series video. As you guys remember from my most popular notebook video, you guys enjoyed it so much, so I decided to come back with another video for you guys. In our last video, we kind of covered a lot of stuff. We covered how to create, design, and sell a physical notebook, but in today's video, it is going to be in great detail for you to learn how to design an e-notebook. So people use notebooks for different reasons for their business. You want to have something more interactive for your customers, or you want to sell a digital product. This would be the way that you do it. So we're going to go over in great detail through Canva on how to actually create your own e-notebook, design it, and download it so that your customers could use it. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. The very first thing you're going to want to do when you are creating a digital notebook or any notebook period, you're going to want to start with an outline. You want to start with an outline is to help you kind of gauge where it is you're trying to go. So for example, if you're trying to make a checklist, maybe jot out on a notebook the 10 checklist items that you do desire to cover. If you are trying to make a planner or a calendar, what days of the month do you want to be on the planner? What do you want any encouraging messages to say? What do you want it to look like? How long would you like it to be? Do you want it to be interactive for the people? You're planning for your digital planner, so understand this, that people will see it on their phones or on their iPads or tablets, but I think most people have iPhones, or if they have Androids or whatever the case is, you're going to be seeing it, likely on a smaller device. If you have a bigger phone, you're going to see it on a bigger phone, but always keep that in mind when creating the notebook, because it's going to help with font sizes, colors, designs, and everything. The thing you're going to want to cover is your platform. So where do you want to make these notebooks? So as you guys know, I like Canva because Canva is easy. Say it again with me, easy. I like easy, and honestly, you can't really copy too many people's stuff off Canva, but if you want to make a digital download for something, a digital notebook, there are other options for you to use out there. Alternative to Canva that I personally have used before is Adobe Express. Now, there is another one that I can't think of the name of right now, but Adobe Express is also something pretty good if you want to use that. Pages through Apple, if you have a iMac or a desktop or whatever, they usually have Pages as well, and you could do a lot of cool things on that. But those are just some alternatives to Canva that I've personally used. I'm not going to tell you some stuff I didn't use or that I don't know about. But if you want to, you can also Google, hey, Canva alternatives if you're tired of the Canva. When covering the notebook portion, what you're going to want to do is you are going to want to find the A4 document on Canva. Now, you also could type in journal. You also could type in notebook. You could also type in planner. And I believe it gives you the same A4 document measurements. But this is what you are going to want to make sure your document is sized at, so it can easily go into somebody's phone. They can download it on their files on their iPhone or their iPad or any other place. It'll also fit into this format as well. The first reason I mentioned as the step to have an outline is because you kind of need to know what direction you're going for your digital notebook or your planner to look like. What is the cover page going to look like? What is the pages going to look like? Like, do you want it popping? Do you want something very simple? Do you want something very clean cut? Do you want something bold? What it is that you want, because I'm going to recommend you to start from these templates. The reason I recommend starting from templates when doing the notebooks is because the line process is very tedious. So here's how you're going to look and search through which one is going to fit best. Never do you use a template all the way through. You're always going to want to edit and design the template for yourself. Not just change the color. You're going to do some things where it can really look like you. But just remember, it's not copying. We're not trying to use someone else's work, but you just need the basic structure when you are trying to create your digital notebook. Here's the notebook template that I chose. So the very first thing that we're going to do is we want to start off by duplicating the pages in Canva. So there is like a little square with the plus sign, and you're going to want to hit that button. That button produces for you the exact same notebook over and over and over again, the same page over and over and over again. So we're going to go ahead and use 12 pages for this example. You can use as many or less pages. You'll see as we go throughout the video the certain tweaks that I will make. So we just go ahead and keep duplicating the pages. This is how, if you wanted to make a 90-page notebook, you could. So now what we're going to do is use that very first page and we're going to make it our cover notebook page. So we're going to get rid of all the lines, everything that's there, and we're going to use one thing from this page, and we're going to use the font where it says notebooks, but we're going to actually use it and we're going to make it a part of the cover page, and we're going to drag it out by the corner so we can make it big enough for someone to see it. So we're going to put, for an example, mind your thoughts. So for this wording, we're going to put mind your thoughts. So you're going to want to just pretty much type it in, and you're going to want to drag it out as big as you possibly can. And then we're going to go ahead over to the corner where it says text, and we're going to add the word thoughts. And then we're going to go ahead and find our font, whatever font you would want to choose. I chose a cursive font. I believe the font for this one is called Buffalo. So that's the one that I chose to use. Now, because this example is a very simple notebook, we're going to make it look very simple. So I'm also going to find a flower to go on this front page. So you're going to do that by finding additional things you want to go on your notebook. It could be cartoons, flowers, whatever it is you're looking for, phones, nails, relationships, couples, hearts. You're going to use it in elements. So I typed in the word flowers in elements, and that is the flower that I'm going to use and place it here on the front page, and I'm going to go ahead and drag it out. Guys, my voice is going a little bit faster than the recording, so I'm going to go ahead and let you guys just watch and see how I actually go ahead and pull this thing out. So what you're going to want to do is just always keep the consumer in mind, that they're going to be looking at this on a smaller device than your MacBook or your desktop or your very large computer. So just remember to make your fonts big enough. Good colors to use are going to be like black, dark blues, dark purples. I would be mindful about pinks and purples. You know, just try not to use like super light. Go ahead and get to the notebook page. So this is the page that the consumer will write on or will interact with. So you have the freedom and the option to completely edit the lines to this notebook. You have the option to write prompt questions. You have the option to do a lot of things, but we're going to keep the edits very minimal, and you can choose what you would like to do. So here's what the very first thing we're going to do. One, we're going to get rid of this line. Why? Because I don't think this line is cute. Like if you wanted the line, you could keep it and maybe change the color, but for me, I don't like this line. So the first thing that's going is that line. Now I'm going to add a prompt question to show you how that would look. We're even going to leave I believe the font for this particular notebook. I do like the font, it looks nice. We're just going to change it to black. So we're going to ask the question, how do you feel? So for example, this will kind of tie in with our outline in step one. If you wanted your consumer to basically be interacting with the notebook, you would encourage them to write thoughts about how they're feeling. So you can duplicate these pages. Now I'm going to also just add a flower at the bottom like I added on our cover page, and we're going to add it to the bottom of the notebook. So you're going to want to go ahead and hit the button for recent, and you'll be able to pull that exact same flower up that you just used. You can drag it out however big or small, just make sure it's in proportion to the notebook and don't take up too many lines, and we're going to leave it as that. Now the reason we're going to go ahead and do a duplicate button now is because we're going to duplicate the page we just made. So you can go ahead and hit the trash button in the corner next to the duplicate page, and it is going to remove all the other pages. So we're going to go down up to 2 pages, and then you can go ahead and hit duplicate once these pages are all removed, and you're going to duplicate the page that you just made with the flower and asking the question of how do you. Now you have just duplicated your first set of notebook pages. So now I'm going to show you how to make an additional prompt to page or another cover page within your ebook if you wanted to. So you're going to want to scroll up back to the cover page of Mind Your Thoughts. So you're going to also hit the duplicate button in the corner with the plus sign. You're going to hit this again. Now you're going to leave one of the pages, it doesn't matter which one, and I'll show you why in a minute. And you're going to remove not everything, but you're just going to want to change the word. So where it says mind your, you're going to put write your, and then you could put dreams where it says thoughts. Now obviously you could put whatever wording you want to. This is just an example if you wanted to have different prompts for your notebook. So the first thing that you're going to want to do after writing and editing this, you're going to want to go to the bottom corner. There is about a couple of squares. I believe it is 4 squares, and you're going to want to hit it. So it is going to show you your pages. So it's going to look like your cover page, write your dreams, and then 4 or 5 of the pages for how you feel. So what you're going to want to do is take that write your dreams, and you're going to push it all the way to the end after how you feel, so it would indicate that you're at a new prompt. This is how you're going to organize your pages, even if you start making stuff in Canva out of order. This is super helpful to you. You're going to want to change the font from how you feel to what is your biggest goal. So all you're going to be doing is changing the wording, and then you will drag it out to fit the corner of the page as how do you feel did. So now, as you can see, it will be completely out of order. So what you're going to want to do again is go to the corner and hit the 4 squares, and you're going to take that question, what is your biggest goal, and you're going to drag it to where you see write out your dreams, and it'll be the next page. And so if you wanted to keep duplicating notebook pages, this would be how you do it. This is going to be how you create your own digital e-notebook. So if you wanted more or less pages, it all depends on how many pages you choose to duplicate. So now let's get into the next portion of downloading the ebook. So this is going to be something that's pretty critical, especially if you want people to interact with it. So I'm going to show you how to download in Canva. So the very first thing that you're going to want to do is go back into the Canva file that you have created, and in the corner there is going to be a button with an arrow, and it is going to be the share button. But before you get there, as you can see in the corner, there is something that says white minimalistic. It has a name for the document that you edited. But what you're going to want to do is change the name of your document to the name of your ebook. So when people search for it on Google, it will also help with your SEO. I learned that when I got my digital marketing certificate from Google, and yes, your girl is certified, okay? It's a real thing. It's a real thing. So now what you're going to want to do is go ahead and hit that arrow. Now you can see where it says download as a PNG file. You never download an ebook as a picture, because nobody will be able to edit a picture. You cannot edit a picture, period. What you're going to want to do is click the arrow next to the PNG, and you're going to want to go down. So there's going to say PDF and PDF print. You're always going to want to download this as a PDF print file. It even says best for sharing and emailing. Once you download this PDF print file, it should save to your computer. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like once this e-notebook saves to your computer. So this is what it's going to look like. We're going to go through the pages, and I'm just going to show you guys like how it will generate as a PDF. So once you download it as a PDF, you will be able to upload it through Google Files or Google Docs, or you can use Adobe Acrobat, I believe, so that you can pretty much edit this inside of there, so that when you send it out to people for them to download, it'll come as an Adobe or a Google Docs file, so that people can edit it and write in it however they choose. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you learned in this video how to create your own digital e-notebook. So if it was helpful, share it with a friend, and go ahead and subscribe to the channel. But thank you guys for watching, and you guys have a blessed day. Bye guys.